best way to describe the car, it's very analog, very gritty. When you get on the power on that car, it puts so much of a smile on your face. There's no AC in it, there's no heat, there's no radio. You kind of have the time to just sit there with your thoughts and enjoy every sound that car makes when you're driving it. And the best part is how much conversations are brought up with that vehicle. From people saying, oh, I had that car in high school. I had an old couple say that, oh, they got married in 2002. And I feel like that car was almost destined to happen. Destined to happen. Got to see this car, and it was beautiful. It was white. It was a turbo replica. It had a carbureted motor, but it just had all the turbo stickers, the fender flares, and so on and so forth. But my selling point was this car had AC and heat and a radio. So I got there, we looked around the car, we wanted to go do a test drive, and the car didn't start. And I was bummed. I was devastated because I came there with the check. So the 2002 stuck in my mind from that time forward, and at that time it was in 2014. I went to go see the vehicle because it was listed at a really good price, but it was at nighttime. And you don't want to buy a car at nighttime, but my eagerness to get into this car before anyone else bought it, I just went to go look at it. I didn't care, and I bought the vehicle, drove it home back to San Diego, and was just on cloud nine. I just could not believe I finally got a 2002. And I love that car. I had that car for 2 weeks, and I blew the motor in that car. I swapped out the spark plugs, got the car at least running, and I drove in second gear all the way from Camp Pendleton, just past there, all the way into Long Beach. So the car was revving out, and the car eventually just died on me as I pulled into where I was going to meet my friend at, and the car would not start. And I ended up reaching out to a BMW 2002 modifier. His name is Mono. His company's called Manofied Cars, because I happened to see one of his videos on YouTube. And he had this Taiga green BMW 2002 with wide fender flares, really cool wheels. It had an M20 swap with a turbo, and I would watch this video religiously. So I reached out to him on Instagram, and I told him, hey, my car, this is what's going on with my car. And he responded within the hour, and he was like, hey, brother, get the car sent to my shop, and I'll look at it on Monday. So I worked up everything I could to get the car sent to his shop. That Monday came by, and I was at work just pacing more or less, couldn't really function. And he sent me a video of the compression test on the engine, which was confirmed that the engine had been blown. He told me, this is your options. We can do a built M10, a built M42 motor, or do a M20 swap on this car. So I told him, let's do the M20 swap. He gave me a fair price, and he's like, I'll have it done in a couple weeks. A week and a half later, he called me, sent me a video, hey, your car's done. Not only did he swap out the engine, he got a brand new transmission, drive shaft. There was a whole bunch of rust on the car that I did not see because I looked at the car at nighttime. He cut all that rust out on the car and re-welded new panels, re-braced the frame of the car because I didn't know there was an accident. So he did all that for free, just as a thank you to my service in the military. This is such a humble guy, and it was an experience that I'd never forgot. So I drove that car for a bit. I had the car for 2 years, ended up totaling that car this past summer downtown here in San Diego, hit a pothole, ended up getting really bad bump steer, and my car rammed into a back end of another car, and I was devastated. At that time, I told Mono, hey, we handled everything we need to handle with the vehicle. I'm not sure if I want to get into another 2002 at the time. And I was like, maybe I'm looking at getting a modern Porsche, like a 991 or a 997. And I feel like every step for a BMW guy is a Porsche. And he sat down with me at a shop, and he was like, listen, brother, I have two options and two great cars that you can pick from. And I'm gonna give you a fair offer. And it was a red 2002 Roundtail with a carbon fiber roof and a white 2002 Turbo. And it was like, oh my goodness, this young Marine who saw this 2002 Turbo back in 2014 I have the opportunity to come across another white BMW. I slept on it for a couple of days. I know a lot of people were interested in either one of those cars, and I made my decision and I settled on the 2002 Turbo, rebuilt by Manofied. We put a refreshed M10 engine in there, upgraded the turbo to a 4850 comp turbo, put it on Mega Squirt ECU, retuned the suspension, got Seska coilovers, and put his modified street turbo fender flares. They're wider by an inch than the factory OEM turbos, and his front bumper and his rear spoiler on the car. And we lowered the car and put it on SSR Mark III 15x10 wheels. And the car was just everything I asked for. The car makes 210 horsepower as it sits, which is plenty on a car that weighs 2,200 pounds or so. And it's so lively. This car brings a joy to my life, and it continues to spark the passion over and over and over again.